I am having a blessed afternoon. So we're gonna get in this good topic, right? Um, let's talk about this topic. This topic is really important, and I'm gonna come from two angles and two views, right? Meaning, what I'm looking at basically, right? The first view that I'm going to look at as a person that is a citizen, a person that is a member of my community, my society, a person that is a drifter in and out, reality, fiction, right? Whether I'm working or I'm not working, right? By action and marching for equal opportunities, right? And balance and justice in my community, to actually be the center of trade, the center of stocks and bonds, as people progress all over the world by doing these certain things and not giving people opportunities. How does that affect me? How does that affect me if I have no knowledge, if I have no wisdom about any of these things? How does it affect the average person that don't care about these economics and about certain things that's going on in the community? All I see is pain and suffering. None of this money, all right, or none of this economic classes, science and chemistry are not being taught in our schools. It's not being educated. All I see as being educated and being indoctrinated is how we were slaves, which is being taught in school, which is being taught on the internet, which is being pushed as an agenda that is being pushed. How does economics help me out and my community out if I see Ray getting murdered and killed and is smoking on the corners, being stagnated with no opportunity because his mind, body, and soul is trapped and confined in the spaces that was co-created for our failure? How does these economics is helping me? How is this money is affecting me when the only thing I see that's coming in here is inadequate food, inadequate knowledge, inadequate guidance, inadequate clothes? How does it helping me individually? How is it me just personally? How does it help me? And I'm coming from a point of view of an average person, right, that don't have motion and movement, does not understand what's going on from a spiritual point of view. How is affecting me? All I see was affecting me when I go down to the welfare and I go down to these places. They deny me food stamps. They deny me eating everything, saying that I can do this, I can do that. How? All I see is this and that in the community. When you have these individuals that have motion and movement that's marching down on Wall Street, they live in mansions and homes and asking for economics equality, but there's no quality inside of our communities. I'm not getting alerts. I'm not getting anything that's on the phone. I'm not getting flyers that help me to go push the culture together to go down there and march on Wall Street and ask for liberty justice and balance? I'm not. The only justice and balance that I'm getting is the police knocking me in my head and putting handcuffs on me. That's the justice and balance that I'm getting, and standing in front of the judge. So it's a different world. It's a different mindset. It's a different mentality that's going on. The work needs to be done. And anyone, this is an answer for you that have these questions with inside of yourself and outside of yourself. If these are questions that you have with inside of yourself or collectively, then you must do something about it, because that lets me know that you see the injustice, that you see the inadequate information, that you see the inadequate guidance, you see the lack of jobs, opportunities, the lack of computers, the lack of this information, period, of knowing exactly who you are. So you have a duty upon yourself and upon your community and others to get out there and make it happen. Have motion and movement. To those that have this thoughts and images inside of yourself, to say this is why I'm not moving, because no change is not going to happen. Change is not going to happen while you sit the complaint. Change happens when you have motion, movement, physical and verbal motion. It's an actual fact. So we have to look at this from a different point of view. And the other point of view that I want to look at it, a lot of people that was marching down there, is it towards the future? Do it looks like we're going to get cut out financially, economically, politically, out what's going on that's in our land that was stolen and took by force? And we are begging individuals and worshiping mankind that have a chokehold on everything that we know about, instead of going to the Alpha Omega and put your foot first and he compares to everything, but have a motion and movement. Oh, you don't want history to repeat itself, but you're going to allow to have history to repeat itself because the elders wasn't worried about that. It was the sacrifice and dedication that the elder put up in order for us to be here. The fight must go on. The imprisonment, mind, body, soul, must be eradicated from us. This is an actual fact. It's been a big campaign to keep the indigenous people dumb, deaf, and blind. And I need for you to understand that. To fight for economics, to fight for political strategies, to fight for marketing and all of these other things. These are ideas that we put forth so we can rise as people to the next level in life. We taught all civilization, and all these civilizations backdoor us, and now we're coming on our hands and knees and feet saying free our land, free the economics, free the political parties, free all of these things which we are begging for. This is not a good idea, and this is not something that I want our children and our youth to look at. And this is why they have lack of hope, lack of belief, lack of focus inside of themselves, because they seen our elders actually, right, is worshiping and bowing down, hands and knees, crawling like a snake and asking for food. And we wonder why these things are going on. You understand what I'm saying? Everything that we did, we fought for it. See, they're going to show you that the march. No, they're not going to. They tell you half of the history. We fought. We fought for everything that we have today. The elders sacrificed their life and their blood and their property in order for us to get here right now. And we are still fighting off this mental slavery, which was what? Procreated upon us. After they killed off all the elders, those that have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you only have the children there. You can indoctrinate them and teach them certain things. Only when and then when they're going through difficulties in life will they understand the past, which is passed in their bloodline of their ancient ancestors to wake them up. This is an actual true fact, and I want you to understand this. So marching down on Wall Street, right, and making a statement is not going to get things taken care of. What's going to get things taken care of is what? Is having motion and movement and going to the Alpha Omega, to creating everything in existence and believing in it and putting forth the effort. That's what it's going to do. That's what it's going to have to take. It's going to have to take sacrifice and dedication. I know, I understand, and I know it. I know it. These old tactics was used back in the the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, in the 90s. These old tactics. But we are in the millennium now, and time is progressing. We have to use better tactic. And that lets me know that whoever's leading this march, and I'm not saying I don't know who's spiritual down there. This is not going to get the things done. Half of these individuals that was down there, they are there for their own hidden priorities, for their own agendas, because it's supposed to be alert all around social media, alert everybody to come down. I didn't get the alert. I didn't get the alert. Because you know why you didn't get the alert? Because you're not of that active individuals. You understand what I'm saying? It's the different breed, different people. Most of us, to keep on this mentality, we keep pushing. But you have to activate everybody, mind, body, and soul to be active, to come down, because it could be that very sign that they need to activate for everybody to come down, so that they can change their mind, bodies, and soul to be the next Malcolm, to be the next spiritual leader, to be the next vice journal of the earth. You understand what I'm saying? You activating certain things in people's mind, which is really, really important. This is why I said this is really, really important, because the youth is looking at you. They looking at you. So I want you to understand this from a point of view, from a spiritual point of view. I'm not saying that marching won't put awareness upon individuals that forcefully took things from us, but it would not get things done. It would get things done slowly. We need rapidly success, rapidly results. That's what we need. Because these individuals have not fulfilled their agreement, and the reason why they have not fulfilled their agreement, because the descendants have forgot the agreement that they did with our elders that they killed and murdered. This is why people are stepping up and becoming more aware and telling individuals, fulfill the agreement. After studying and learning the secret arts and the ways and mathematics and chemistries, everything we had to offer to society, which was created and put inside the mind, bodies, and souls of the first people in creation. After teaching it and learning this, it was backdoored. So these things must be looked at in its totality sense. This is an actual true fact. So this is my option. My option is spirituality, spiritual foundation. This should be the main topic, and to understand actually who you are, because you're going to go with the physical, which has a beginning and end. You're going to keep going with that and thinking this will get things through. No, it's not. It's spirituality. So I'm just here to tell you that, you guys have a great day. Peace, y'all. Peace.